Well, we finally got a nice day out today, and I'm going to do a video on a couple of different things I want to talk about in this video. And I watched a really good video by Really Big Monkey One. I'll put a link to his channel in my description. He's like my favorite bushcraft guy to watch. There's a lot of them out there, and I like a lot of them, but he's probably my favorite. He did a really nice video on survival packs and what should or should not be in them, and big ones, little ones, ones that are just don't make sense because there's just too much and you'll never carry it with you. And it got me to thinking about my own little survival pack or emergency pack that I take with me when I go hiking. And for a long time I didn't bring one. Always brought one, then I went through a phase where I never brought one, and I've started bringing it again because you never know what can happen out there. And the other thing I wanted to talk about is just a couple of little tricks and tips that I've found in my short hiking bushcraft life. Been hiking and camping for a long time, but really getting into bushcraft and survival skills more recent. So I don't know a lot, but I do look at things a little differently sometimes, and a couple of things came to mind that I just wanted to share, and maybe you guys will like them too. Okay, so I don't have a cameraman today, so I have to do all my own video things. So you'll see me reaching to shut the camera off and having to stop to move it, blah 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 blah, you know. And of course I got the cookie dog here in the yard with me, and she'll probably try to steal my equipment because that's the way she is. But anyway, I hope you enjoy it. So here I am in my backyard, which is really wet. And for kneeling on, I have a piece of a yoga mat. I bought a yoga mat at one of these like outlet stores, really cheap. And I cut it up into sections. And we were using them as a ground cloth under our hammocks, so we could have something to step on when we want to take our shoes off. But I don't like slugs, and sometimes at night you get up in the middle of the night and there's slugs all over your ground cloth and all over your shoes. I mean, spiders don't bother me, snakes don't bother me, slugs, who wants to step on a slug in your bare feet or socks, you know, with socks on? It's just nasty. So one night I used, while doing some camping, we had our hammocks up, and in the middle of the night the wind changed direction and it was raining, and it was blowing rain right in under my tarp. And last thing you want to do in a rainstorm is go and move your tarp around and get soaking wet. So I had thought ahead of time and had a couple of those grabber blankets that also recommended by the Really Big Monkey guy. And I had a couple of those on the ground just in case I needed them in the middle of the night if I got cold. Well, with the wind direction turning and it blowing in underneath my tarp, I jumped up and I tied one of those grabber blankets at the end where the wind was blowing in. And it stopped the wind from coming in, stopped the rain from coming in, and I felt warm and toasty, went back to bed, and everything was good. Well, I get up in the morning, and my ground cloth is covered in slugs. My shoes are covered in slugs. Thank God there were no slugs in my shoes. That would have made me vomit. But I noticed that the areas where the grabber blanket touched the ground, no slugs. And I thought, it's kind of a plastic material. You would think they'd like that. Nope. Well, I got home and looked up online what surfaces do slugs not like, and I found out they don't like to crawl across anything metal. And one side of the grabber blanket is aluminized. So they say it is, but I think it really is because the slugs wouldn't touch it. So my tip for today is to use a grabber blanket on the ground to keep the slugs away. It's a little big, a little heavy. So then I looked online and found out you can actually buy, get this, metal in thin, lightweight sheets like fabric. And they really hate copper. While they don't like aluminum, they really hate copper. So guess what I'm buying? A piece of copper metal fabric, lightweight, easy to fold up, and that is going to be my ground cover. No slugs. Yes. At this point, I don't care if it's waterproof or not. It'll just keep the slugs away. If it's not waterproof, I have an idea for that. I have a piece of canvas material. I guess it's got like plastic on one side. And at first I was just going to buy like copper foil tape and put that on the edge of that just to keep them off it. And I may still do that, I don't know. But I can incorporate the copper foil fabric and that other fabric together to make it waterproof and slug free. I am so excited about that. So that's my first tip. My second tip is an idea that I got because I needed a zipper pull for one of my backpacks. It's got the zipper, but I wanted to put a little piece of cord or something on it to make it easier to grab it and pull it out, especially for my husband. And I had in my hand a chrome shower hook. I guess I should get one and show it to you. It's like a loop shaped. It's a loop shaped device, but it's kind of like it's really small on one side and then a big round thing. I mean, I know you guys have seen them in showers, right? Holding up a shower curtain. But I looked at it. I had two of them in my hand. I go, you know, that'll make a really great zipper pull because it's lightweight. It's easy for him to grab, stick his finger through it and pull, right? And you could hang other things on it. Like if you needed to, you know, hang a hatchet or something that's got a hole in it, you can hang it from a strap on your pack, not from the zipper, obviously. But I just thought they were really cool. So I'm getting a package of those and sticking them on different spots of my backpack because it's really, you can, if you got a dog and he poops and you pick it up in your poop bag, you can hook it, stick it on there and hook it on the back of your pack. You don't have to worry about carrying it or sticking it on the inside and smelling everything up. But anyways, you know, those shower, hey, I'm recording here. Those shower rod curtain hooks, those metal loop things, I really should go get one and show you. Really come in handy on your pack, I think. I think it's really awesome. It's a cool idea. Free tip number 2. The rest of the tips in this video you're going to have to pay me for. You must be quiet while I'm recording. You must be quiet while I'm recording. I hope you guys could hear me over her barking. Little dog, big bark. This is the thing I was talking about. So, it's really dark in here. But this is the shower hook I was talking about. It makes a great zipper pull, and you can attach a couple of them to the outside of your pack on different straps or whatever to carry stuff. I thought it was a good idea. Lightweight, easy to use, sturdy, strong, cheap. What else could you ask for? Get off my mat, you. She's so jealous because she's not getting all the attention today. Get out of here, dog. Okay, so sorry over the fact I have to scratch down like this, but this is the best place I have to do this. Okay, so first thing I want to share. Oh, actually, I think this is the third thing in this video. So if I want to carry my knife on a lanyard rather than in my pack or whatever, I made this cool lanyard for my knife. And I think, so this is why I think this is really cool. When you're in a camping or hiking situation, an extra piece of paracord can always come in handy. In an emergency situation, you know, you can use paracord in a lot of different ways to help you out. So what I did when I made my lanyard for this is actually about 5 feet of paracord, and it's double duty. Oh, that was the one thing that Really Big Monkey made me really think about in his video about making up a survival bag. He had two thoughts that he uses. whatever you carry should follow 2 rules. Make things better, not worse. And the other one is everything should have 2 uses. Cookie's trying to knock down my camera. Come on out of the way, girl. Thank you. So whatever you bring should have a double duty. Should have 2 uses. So, paracord, number 1. Lanyard for my knife or anything else you want to carry around your neck. Whistle or whatever. It's 5 feet, even though look how little it is. It's 5 feet. How I made it, let's see if I can get up close to you here so I can show you this. Now, I am by no means a whiz with knots. So I don't even know what this knot is called, but this is adjustable. It's one of those knots that the kids put them on friendship bracelets. You remember friendship bracelets? Are they still a thing with the kids? So it is adjustable, so I can make it longer or shorter around my neck. Okay, longer or shorter. This is awesome, right? So small, and you go like this. It makes it longer to fit around your neck. So how I made it is I took a piece of paracord, 5 foot length, and folded it in half. Sorry about that break. Somebody was trying to call me, and I didn't know that if somebody tries to call you, it makes your video stop. So I did all this stuff, and now I got to go back and redo it. So I took the 5 foot piece of paracord and folded it in half. And then you take the ends, right? And it's just a simple, I think they call it an overhand knot. I don't know. So you take these 2 ends, right? And kind of tie it in an overhand knot. I guess I got to do this so you can see it. I don't know if you can see that. Tie it in an over. You know when you start to tie your shoes, just that basic overhand knot. And of course I'm having trouble. So look, overhand knot. Pull it nice and snug. So the knot goes, so you tie the knot, so this here still slides. See the knot? And that slides through, and the other piece. So you tie the knot around it. And I don't know how to explain it. Hopefully you can see it and figure it out. It's just a simple overhand knot. And then you take the other side and you do the same thing. So you go like this. And you see that? Here's the doubled paracord. You go around it and tie this knot. Just that simple overhand knot and pull it tight. Pull it tight. And then it slides through. See that? Slides through on both sides. And that's how you make it. You're adjustable. Then you just pull it like that. So. And if you pull these tight enough, it doesn't slip. I've never had it slip on me. You just gotta make sure you pull them good and tight. Now somebody just texted me. Does that show up on the video? I hope not. But at least it didn't stop the video. How dare that person call me and interrupt my video. But anyway, that's how I made my lanyard. And I'm very happy with it. Like I said, if you pull these knots tight enough, it does not slip on its own while you're wearing it. And that's how I wear my neck knife. So, okay, now on to the bags. My dog is like, Mommy, why aren't you playing with me and loving on me? Why are you playing with all that stuff and not playing with me? Oh, sweet dog. Okay, so this is my favorite day pack. This is what I take with me when I'm just going to do a day hike. And, you know, go into a local park or a park that I'm familiar with the trails and we're only going to be out for a couple of hours. This is my favorite thing because it holds 2 water bottles, one for me, one for my dog. It's got a nice size pack in there. It's a fanny pack. It's a fanny pack, so it goes around my waist. I have a little thing on here for clipping her leash too, so I don't have to hold her leash in my hand. In here, I have just doggy bags. It does have straps on the outside, compression straps on the outside that I put my rain poncho. I have a nice rain poncho in a stuff sack, and I attach this to the outside when we go out. So, but what's on the inside? I made my survival bag, and there was just so much stuff in it, I needed a backpack for it. And watching Big Monkey One's video where he says sometimes your survival bag is so big you won't bring it, and I looked at this and I went, this is everything I'd like to have in an emergency, but it's so much stuff, I'm not going to bring it with me on a day hike, especially if I'm going to a place that I'm familiar with. There's no way I want to carry that. So I need to downsize this so that even when I go to a park that I'm familiar with, if there is an emergency, I get hurt, the dog gets hurt, sudden rainstorm, you know, whatever, I have some protection and some tools to help us in an emergency situation. So this is what I got. I bring with me, every hike I go on, these 3 pamphlets: edible wild plants, medicinal plants, and foraging for wild plants. And it's not that, Cookie, it's not that while I'm out on a day hike, I think I'm gonna need these for survival. But I bring them with me so that I can look at plants and look them up and learn to become more familiar with the plants that are out there. So that if I am in a survival situation, hopefully I can recognize what is safe, what is not, and what it's good for. So these go in my day pack only because I want to educate myself. So those go in my day pack. Next is a very silly little e-kit. You can buy them ready-made. I bought one ready-made, gave it to my husband, then when I wanted to buy another one, I couldn't find them and I had to make my own. So I bought the case and everything separate. So this is a bracelet made for me by somebody who's a veteran and makes these just to try to earn himself a little extra money. So this is one of those little survival bracelets, you know, made out of paracord, that if you need the paracord, you can unravel it. I clip that to the outside of my little e-kit, right, with the carabiner, because carabiners come in handy too in an emergency situation sometimes. You never know. Of course, they have an emergency whistle, because you have to have a whistle, right? This came with a lanyard. The case came with a lanyard. I haven't unraveled it because I don't use it. I don't wear it around my neck. It goes in my day bag. I put a reflective butterfly on this, so it's easier to see at night if you do drop it. Inside, I have a little mini multi-tool kit. A little mini ferro rod. It actually works really good. A lighter, because you should always have a lighter. But the ferro rod in case the lighter fails. I have 4 cotton balls that have been soaked with Mushroom Secret. Not petroleum jelly, because I don't have that in the house, but I have Mushroom Secret in the house. Mushroom Secret is like a soft wax you use on dogs' feet. Well, you put some on the cotton ball and make a great fire starter. I've used it twice already. I love it. A couple of band-aids and alcohol wipes. And you're going to love this. 4 birthday candles. So that is what in my little e-kit. Of course, my dog's got to bark again. Cookie, shush. So this all does pack in here real nice. It's like a puzzle though. You gotta pack it just right, otherwise it doesn't fit. It's definitely like a puzzle. Oh, and the only other thing that I have in here, somebody gave me this. This is a little compass. It's not food. Come on, get out of here, dog. It's not food. Where is it? There it is. It's a little tiny compass. Probably doesn't really work right, but you get the idea. You should have a compass. Everybody should have a compass when they go hiking, and you should know how to orient and use a compass. Anyway, so that is what is in my, what I call my e-kit, and that goes in my day bag when I go out on a hike. The only other thing I have in here too is Somebody gave this to me. This is actually, you opened it up and it's a really big bag. And I bring that with me because I feel like if I've got to gather up food or gather up wood or something like that, the bag might come in handy. You never know. So, a little bag. It doesn't take up much space. It's light. Okay, so that's in the e-kit. The other thing that goes into my day bag, what I call a toity pack. Now for you guys out there, you gotta go pee in the woods. It's so easy for you, but as girls, have it a little differently, okay? And I've tried some of those FUDs, feminine urination device. I've tried a couple of them. I just don't like any of them. So this is my toity pack, and what this is 2 pee-pees worth of toilet paper, okay, rolled up and inside of his little Ziploc bag, little Ziploc snack bag. So if I have to go potty, pee-pee or poopy, are we allowed to say that on YouTube, by the way? Number 1 or number 2, I can comfortably wipe myself, put the tissue in the Ziploc bag and pack it out with me, not leave my dirty tissue on the trail the way some people do. It's really disgusting, and you would not believe how many times I've seen that, like out in state parks and stuff. Poopy tissue on the side of the trail, on top of their pile. Like, people have no class and no self-respect. So go off trail, dig a hole, do it right, okay? Carry out your trash. So it's in a little Ziploc bag, so I can pop it in there and carry it out with me. So that's my toity pack. The other thing I have, and I have it in a Ziploc bag for a couple reasons. 1, to keep it dry, okay? And 2, if I'm gonna do a longer hike, I have something called a survival bag. And this is my day bag. This is what goes with me when I'm just going to do a local hike in trails that I'm familiar with. The survival bag will go with me when I'm traveling further away from home on trails I've never been before and that are a little bit harder trails. You know, crazier trails, maybe some rocks and things like that. Whereas like the local trails around me are like flat and easy. So this is what's in my day bag. Okay? Number 1, pair of gloves, because wintertime's coming. Oh look, a couple more toity packs. Sanitizing hand gel, so after you poop, you can clean your hands. Okay? One of those ace bandages that has the Velcro on it. You don't need a pin. Some chew blocks for protein and sugar. You know, those chew blocks that the cyclists use. Well, because I'm a cyclist, so. And the other thing in here is a really mini first aid kit. It is just a couple Band-Aids, some alcohol wipes, a couple of cough drops, 1 big Band-Aid, and some Benadryl for my husband, because if he gets stung by a bee, he needs the Benadryl. So these things are in the plastic bag. Keep them dry, because not every hike will I need to bring this. Although I do bring it on almost every hike, but if we're gonna do like I said, like a long hike, I have a different bag that I may use, or I may bring both of them. I don't know. But this way, if I need to use this bag for something else and I want to keep this together, I just pull this out. And I don't lose the contents. And it still leaves me room inside the bag, after putting in that and my e-kit, room for my knife, my wallet, my car keys, and some snacks. So that is my day pack. One of the reasons why I like to put things in Ziploc bags is, like I said, I like to keep everything all together so you can just grab and go. I'm not looking for individual things. But the other reason is, you know, it keeps it dry if it rains. If you've got packets of honey or food in your pack and something splits open, it keeps your supplies dry. And I also saw a video where somebody put a plastic bag over leaves on a tree overnight, and when they got up in the morning, there was water in the bag, like from condensation, I guess. I don't know. I don't know how the whole thing worked, but they showed it in the video, and I thought, wow, that's amazing. So you may not collect a lot of water that way, but you can collect some water that way. Or you can catch rainwater in it, carry water from a stream in it, you know. So Ziploc bags are just handy out on a trail. You know, I went camping one time and had a situation where I was like, I got to get out of my hammock, and the ground is soaking wet, and I didn't have my ground cloth down, but in my hammock bag that was attached to my hammock, I had 2 Ziploc bags. Why? I have no idea why they were there, but I was glad because I actually put them on my feet and walked over and got my shoes. So Ziploc bags, cool, A+. Hope I can get through all this before my battery dies. I got a low battery warning on my phone. So if my husband and I are deciding to do a hike that we're going to be traveling further away from home, we're going to be doing a longer distance in a park or trail system that we're not familiar with, and we plan on being out there all day. We're going to be bringing lunch with us, some extra waters, but we're not going out camping. We're just going out for a day hike, but we're going to spend the day out. And I have to bring a backpack because I have to bring food for me, for him, extra water. Well, actually he can bring a backpack, carry his own food. But the chances of maybe getting stuck out there, or bad weather, or getting lost, or whatever, is greater than like a local day hike. I have what I call my survival bag. And again, I keep it in a Ziploc bag, not only to keep it dry, but to keep it all together. So when the time comes that we want to go, we don't have to look for everything. We just grab the bag, put it in our backpack, and go. And when we get home and need the backpack for something else, or we want to put this in something else, you're not looking for 10 different items. You're just grabbing the bag. I even wrote on the outside of this, though, I wrote myself a note to grab my day pack and my EAP kit. So previously in this video, I showed you the little day pack and e-kit. So depending on the type of hike, I may want to grab all 3 of these, my little e-kit, my little day pack bag, and my survival bag. Now, what's in my survival bag? A small, lightweight, waterproof tarp. This is excellent. Got this from Hammock Gear. I can supply a link in the description. This is really nice. I got it, you know, Black Friday deal. So I got it on sale. But it's waterproof, it's lightweight, it packs down really small. It does come with stakes, but I don't have them in here because I didn't think I'd need them. One of those silly little survival blankets. 2 little packages, like those little condiment packages you get in the restaurants, of honey. The reason why? Sugar, comfort food, I love it. It's got a little protein in it, and you know, a couple spoonfuls of honey might make you feel good when you're stuck out there and you got lost, you got no food. Now the other thing that's in here is a couple bags of moringa tea. Moringa tea. And if you do get stuck out overnight, a cup of hot tea, oh man, it's nice. And moringa tea tastes good. It's good for you. Moringa is actually a food. They use it as a food source in some places. So not only can you drink the tea, but if you're that hungry, I don't know, maybe you could eat the tea leaves because it is used as food. I also have a light stick. I hadn't planned on putting this in here, but I got this as a free gift. This is a camping towel. You know, you open it up and it's like, oh, I'm a big towel, but it compressed down to this little thing. So maybe a towel might be nice if you're stuck out in the woods overnight, you know, unplanned, stuck out in the woods overnight. A hydration drink thing. And again, you can get some water or boil it, let it cool down, put this in here. This is like food. This will help sustain you. It has protein, has some sugars. Iodine and a vitamin C packet, and instructions how to use iodine to purify water. If you can't get a fire started and you're thirsty and you do find water. Iodine and a vitamin C packet. in here. I'll probably get rid of this extra bag. I don't need this to be in a bag, because I'm a woman and I want to wipe after I pee. Some toilet paper, some feminine products, a couple panty liners for us women out there. You might want a panty liner. You know, there's nothing worse than having wet socks. So a pair of socks, preferably wool socks. I love merino wool socks or smart wool socks, and a bandana. So that is what is in my survival bag. If we are just going to go out for planned on a day hike, but something happens that we get too far away from the car to make it back before night falls, this, my survival bag, along with my Mora knife, my e-kit that I showed you before, and my day bag, I will be set for a night in the woods, unplanned night in the woods. You know, when we get ready to do, there goes my low battery thing again. When we get ready to do a camping trip, we'll show you how we pack up for that. I may do a video on that before we go on a camping trip. How fun will that be? Alright, so that's it. I hope you enjoyed this. If you have any comments, suggestions, criticism, whatever, be nice. Feel free to leave me a comment. And if you have a dog, play with your dog. I have to go play with my dog now because I had to put her in the house. She's whining, she wants to play. So I have to stop doing this and go play with her. Okay? So go play with your dog. Have a great day. Be blessed.